Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Shazani binti Mauzawi. I am from group number 7. Today, me and my group mate will present to you about management of libraries and resource center, IMD315. We are doing a library proposal, which is special library people with physical disability in Malaysia, IN11058, specially prepared for Sir Naim Muhammad Nasfi. So let's start now. These are my group members. The first one, we have Natasha Alia. The second one, we have Nur Ifan Ajiha. And the third one, we have me, Nur Shazwani. And the fourth one, we have Hairi Ikmal. And the last one, we have Nurul Madiha. We have introduction. The view of this proposal of library is the purpose is to construct a library specifically for those who are physical able. Our special library is known as Special Library People with Physical Disabilities in Malaysia. In short term, we known as SLPDM. We decided to open a special library because we wanted to create a library just for those with physical disabilities. Furthermore, only a select group of people are permitted access to the special library. Why is there a library for people with disabilities? This is because they are also human beings and they have the right to search and find book or materials comfortably. Next, they can live independently to find books and material in the library on their own and they don't need the help of normal people or permanent assistant. Also, people with disability will also not feel as embarrassed or as it doesn't feel as isolated as a normal library full of normal people. With this library, they can also feel that they are appreciated and can lead a normal life. People with disability have the right to live like normal people just like us. And next, we have the background of organization. The SLPDM library is a special library for the Department of People with Disabilities. It is provide all of the convenient and easy service advertised in Malaysia and elsewhere. SLPDM library also will formally open its door at the end of 22. Library mission is to assist users with physical disability to join and enjoy themselves at SLPDM library. It also plays an important role in supplying key information to SLPDM employees. As you guys can see, this is our logo, special library. The book shows that it's like a library environment. SLPDM is our short name and equality treatment because we believe that everyone deserves an equal treatment and everyone deserves to search and go to the library with their own comfortable way. Our motto is to offer special information resources on certain topic and provide specific service to the users. Our vision is for persons with disability to develop their full potential in an inclusive society. And our mission is we want to strengthen our capacity in our country, the less fortunate Malaysia, to eliminate the obstacle faced by people with disabilities by fostering sustainable, accessible, and quality services and facilities. We have the objective of this organization. Special disability user is one of the categories of users that use both academic libraries and public libraries. The library industry should be more sensitive to these categories in order to bring up a library for everyone. Special specialties and services should be developed to help these categories of users to use the library. Benchmarking and evaluation of existing services need to be conducted to make sure the service and facilities provided by the library are suitable and appropriate for that category of users. Our core business is this special library is to make the space accessible to people with disabilities, which include offering services and programs that respond to their requirements. User and library employees should communicate in a straightforward and simple manner. Making every customer feel at home will increase their likelihood of returning. In order to use the library and convey their requirements, people with disability must overcome both physical and physiological hurdles, which library employees should be aware of. When they visit the library, users with disabilities need to receive extra consideration. It should be easy to find material created especially for people with reading disabilities. Different resources may include books, books with simple text, books in braille, and quick read, and among many more. Maps or location. Our library will be located in 2020-1 Jalan Radin Bagus 3, Bandar Baru Sri Petaling, 5000 Kuala Lumpur, Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur. We locate the library. We choose the library to put in a strategic place where it is in the middle of Kuala Lumpur. So it is not far or near from everyone. Our library open Monday to Sunday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Friday, we will open 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and continue to open from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. This is because we want to give a way to the Muslim to fulfill their Friday prayers. Next, we have library theme. As you guys can see, this is what we're gonna do to our library, like this kind of theme. The theme of library is key to producing a friendly, comfortable, and safe environment for the user. A library is a place for learning and reflection, and it self-support this activity by providing helpful, responsive, and knowledgeable service. An environment that makes the user feel free to pursue research and study without compromising their privacy or safety. Library themes and decoration reflect the diversity and character and the needs and expectation of the users. Those needs and expectations are often extensive and the service invaluable. Every theme for our library is welcoming. We selected wood furniture. For its layout. Wood furniture is frequently associated with classic decor, yet this library makes wood furniture decoration appear more modern. Or we choose other arrangement furniture that is comfy, like this bean bag, and trendy, comfy and trendy. Our library decor is quite contemporary and minimalist. This environment is rather quiet and pleasant, at which the user feel very easy in this library. Since our library is for special library for people with disabilities, we want it to make it very peace and comfortable for them. Next slide, we have our organization chart. This is our organization chart.
Okay, this is the organization chart. We have library director, head of IT department, head of reference department, head of children department, also head of acquisition department. Okay, for the library director, their role and responsibility is to plan, coordinate and manage the library operation that need to achieve the corporate goals. Also, to develop and implement library plans for the library goals. Next, to assist in the budget preparation and the management activity. Also, to develop the strategies to improve overall quality and productivity of management. Next is we have head of IT department. Head of IT department is to ensure that all the employees have the technology they need to get their job done, like VPN access for remote worker who can reach. Also, close out coordination with other department like HR or finance, so the data is secure. Next is managing information technology and computer system, also controlling and evaluating IT and electronic data operation. Next, we have head of reference department. Their role is to provide library user with direction to the library materials, also give advice on library collection and service on various kind of information from a variety of source. Next is to maintain a collection of relevant and accurate reference source, assist patrons with information searches, and in some contexts, train patron in reference and citation technique. Next, we have head of children department. Their role is to coordinate children service operation with other library service and function, develop programs and service to meet specific needs of children. Next, provide reference service to children and teachers and provide reader advisory service. Also, monitor the condition of the children service area and the security of the children collection and area. Next, meets with members of the library and other in order to coordinate activity and exchange information. Last, here we have head of acquisition department. Their responsibility is responsible for the solicitation, review, underwriting, market research, and the negotiation, consistent with the investment management agreement and guideline. Okay, next we have head of acquisition department. Their role is to write and maintain all policy and procedure for the acquisition department, arrange property financing. Also, they are responsible for the oversight of the department and the sourcing of all the new acquisition. Also, oversee the administration and clerical processes and procedures for acquisition. Also, they are responsible for the solicitation, review, underwriting, market research, and negotiation.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Madiha binti Mazawawi. So my part is performance appraisal and promotional planning. So first we go to performance appraisal, which is objective of a performance appraisal. So the objective of performance appraisal is to give staff feedback on their performance, also to identify the strength and weakness, and lastly to achieve performance and library goals. So who? SLPDM employees, and when we do performance appraisal, which is on yearly basis. So what? We evaluate employee performance by comparing previous performance. So how? Firstly, we establishing performance standard, and next measuring the actual performance, comparing actual performance with desired performance, and we giving feedback to the employees, and lastly we do a decision making. So next is appraisal system. So we has been decided that we choose graphic rating scale as our appraisal form or system. So graphic rating scale is using a numeric scale such as 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. So a score of 1 on a scale of 1 to 5 often means that the employee does not exhibit the behavior. So the employee will be rated as good on a certain conduct with a score of 5. So the advantage of graphic rating scale is simple and uncomplicated. Also, it can be understood by both managers and employees, and it's easy to identify problem areas, take corrective action, and monitor employee progress.
Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ifana Jiha binti Tajusanil Admin. So my part is financial management. Then as you can see, we have sources of funding and also zero-based budgeting. For the sources, we have two types of sources of funding, which is the first one is local support and grants. For the local support, disability groups and support organizations should be represented in the evaluation process. And then grants, supplying mobiles connected to special libraries can provide users with additional information. We are using zero-based budgeting for our financial management, which is the first one. We have emolument and living expenses, about 4 million. And then management and training, 35,000. Bills and utilities, 600,000. Development, maintenance and repair, 50,000. Reading materials and serial publication, 40,000. And lastly, library utilization and literacy, 25,000.
For activities to promote SLPDM, we use direct marketing, which is direct marketing to advertise our special library, because it finds direct marketing appealing is target a certain demographic and uses tactics like mailings and service catalog. We will send a flyer outlining library resources to all library members or mail a library calendar to newcomer in the neighborhood or to everyone in a certain area. So the second strategy is special advertising. So LSPDM uses special advertising to promote library for people with physical disabilities, like we use the refrigerator magnet, and the refrigerator magnet we put our location and our operation hours for our library. Okay, so lastly, we use signage. It's one of the things we use to promote about our library. In order to inform users about service, library users must consider library design. So SLPDM will simplify how people with physical disabilities may discover resources in the library. So this.
Assalamualaikum sir, my name is Natasha Alia. So for the next slide is about department and services provided. For our library departments, we have reference department, acquisition department, IT department and children department. For the services in reference department, our trained librarian will provide photocopying services for articles or chapters from books. The tools that we use for our online database is Web of Pack, and librarians will assist in locating the needed materials. Next is the acquisition department. So they are accountable for the department's management and the acquisition of any purchases. And considering that we are a library for users with difficult disabilities, most of the materials that we will purchase are printed audiovisual, and electronic materials, CD or DVD, subtitled videos, and sign language. So next is the IT department. So our library uses assistive technology, which help users with physical disabilities. With the help of this technology, those who are blind are able to hear the text on a computer, while those who are visually impaired could enlarge the text on the screen and read independently. And we also have computer lab, and our computer lab uses JAWS software. Next is the children department. So in this section, there will be a pictogram and a tactile line that is colored yellow for visibility that leads to the department for children with special needs. In addition, the spaces between each shelf will be expanded so it will be more accessible for patrons in a wheelchair. And to support child's patient, we provide programs, materials, and resources. The programs that we provide such as story time and rhyme. So next is our general policy for user. So the following general rules and policy must be followed by all visitors. So first is, due to copyright law, some library materials cannot be duplicated. And second is, at the request of the library or security staff, users must be able to show a valid ID. Third is, leave books on the table or the book cart. Means that do not put the books on the shelves. This is because each morning, our library employees will bring all items that haven't been checked out to their designated carriers. Fourth is, to prevent overdue fees, we advise you to report misplaced books or other materials to the library right away through email or in person at the circulation desk. Then the last is, it is not permitted to alter, deface, or take items out of the library without authorization. Lastly is our conclusion. So we can conclude that from this proposal, the establishment of the special library is essential for people with disabilities. It allows them to go to the library without feeling left out or isolated. Besides that, the library also plays a big role for the elderly, such as providing materials that most older people will read, offer services by helping users using online database, or guide users to find required materials in the bookshelf.
And that's it for me and my group mate. Thank you.